Let me ask you a question. Why do you do what you do? Why do you study? To score high, but why? To get a good degree, but why? To get a good job, but why? Because you want earning to live. You were born and you don't want to die. But why? Why do you need to study that much if it was just about survival? Any normal job provides a basic living, but you are studying that hard. Well, it's not only because you want to live, but more than that, you want sex, pride, and comfort. Everything you do, every action, every habit, every dream of you is all about three primal things. You think you're complicated, but you're not. Think carefully. If you strip away all the layers above your actions, then you'd find that everything comes down to three primal things: sex, pride, and comfort. I know it sounds weird because it is supposed to. Allow me to elaborate further so you understand what I'm trying to say. And by the way, if you are watching my video for the first time, then do a like and subscribe as a small creator. It is so much needed and appreciated. We humans think of ourselves as logical and rational beings. We think that we are conscious and every action we take is at our will, but our motives remain unchanged. We dress better to track sex, we chase money for comfort, we elevate our status for pride. Let's break them down one by one to understand them better and know how they control us and how we may have control over them, not totally, but to a certain point. So let's start with sex because this is where everything gets hard. Complicated. We spend our whole life shaping, polishing our nature, our behavior to make our presence better and our look better because our looks define how our personality is perceived. For example, if you are good looking and talk a lot, then you're cute. But if you're ugly and talk a lot, then you're annoying and retarded. Our face value is more important than what we can do. That's why you wake up in the morning, brush your teeth to sound better. You cut your hair to be smarter. You work out, you eat healthy, you do everything. You earn money, you elevate your status, make a garden so the butterflies come after you. We pretend as if our choices are deep, but in reality, we all are just trying to look good naked. We pretend like looks do not matter, but they do. And then we have our pride, our ego, and status. Let me tell you something funny about ourselves that sometimes we are more scared of being embarrassed than being dead. For example, suppose you confess to your crush over text. You write a very fine text with the best words you have on your vocabulary. You basically write an absolute piece of literature, and in response, what they do is take a screenshot of that text, put that on story with a few lol emojis. I know that's embarrassing. Not just embarrassing, it is so bad that you'd rather be dead than witnessing this. But why did you do that? Because you wanted to be loved, validated, and admired. We want to be known, we want to be someone, and more importantly, we want others to believe, others to agree that I am better than you. That's why we want a lot of money, so the world respects us by owning that car, that house, going there and here, by wearing that watch and posting on social media. That's why we buy an iPhone, not to use it, but to show it. Even though an Android is much more practical, we still choose an iPhone, even though the EMI is still pending. You know, the amazing thing about luxury brands is that the more expensive they get, the more desirable they are. The luxury brands are not valuable because they have extremely good quality, extremely good features. They are only valuable because they are pricey. Because when it is expensive, the less people have it, and owning it is much more enjoyable. Our ego is greater. That's why the more expensive they get, the more you'd want them. That's why an iPhone is not expensive because it has great cameras or iOS. It's only valuable because it is expensive. We want to be different. We want to be unique. We want to be untouchable, unreachable. We want others to know, to believe that how great we are. That's why we upload ourselves on Insta daily, not to let others know that I am fine, but to let them know that I have been there, I have been to this place, and you haven't. I am greater than you, I am better than you, and you are way less than me. We just want to flex. Our obsession for pride and validation reaches to a point sometimes that we even destroy ourselves, like doing too much skincare and destroying our skin, or traveling or buying things we don't need, even though it means we are going bankrupt, just to maintain an image we never had. I mean, for real. The first thing required to lose respect is to have some. We are too worried about what people would think. We are too worried about a reputation we never had. People assume we are dumb. What are you worried about? People don't have that much time to think about you. We are self centric, we are narcissistic. We are too busy with ourselves. If you think someone is waiting for you to upload a picture, then you are probably deluded. The greater the insecurity, the greater the pride. Insecurity breeds ego and jealousy, which we try to cover with external pride and possession. It's a never ending loop which we cannot escape. Every action of ours is bound to it. We are performing on a stage, assuming that the theater is full, but in reality, it's just Tyler Darden. Then comes our third point, comfort. If we humans in our life never cared about pride or sex, then comfort is the only thing that would make us think. We would have chosen comfort over literally anything. I mean, every invention, every work of ours is to make life more comfortable. Because human body and mind does not like resistance. It just wants to chill. If it were possible to spend our whole life doing nothing in a couch, then we would do that. We would literally rot to death. But sometimes comfort alone is not enough. We want more than that, greater than that. We want luxury. It's such an irony that we spend our whole life being uncomfortable, struggling just to be comfortable in our life. I mean, the math is not mathing. Struggling to not have a struggle? What the fuck? I mean, people work from dawn to dusk, stress, worry, think, just to be comfortable in an uncomfortable life, which is impossible. The number of people who genuinely grasp comfort in their life is very less. We want that car, that house, that couch, and to acquire them, we would literally do anything from selling fit pics to creating bombs. The marketing, the social media, the politics, basically everything is controlling us through these things. Sex says, chase me and you will be validated. You would have comfort, you would be warm, and you would no longer be alone. Pride says, chase me and you'd be respected and feared. And these two together provide us comfort, hijacking everything. But not always. There are always exceptions. These three things only control majority of us, not every one of us. There are some very extraordinary people on whom they can't rule. There are some people who do things not because they have to, not because the pride, the comfort, the ego asks to, but simply because they want to, they can, simply because they love the game. And warrior sacrifices his comfort, his life to protect his loved ones. An artist creates because he can and he is in love with it. A scientist invents because he is just too curious. There is someone out there helping a stranger, even though there is no reward, simply because that's the right thing to do. Telling the truth even though the lie would have benefited. Refusing to cheat even though you could have earned, you could have gained something. Feeling guilt for something nobody saw. Just trying to be good, a good human, stronger, wiser, and kinder, simply because that's what we are supposed to be. We are humans, the finest, the best. So the question is it a bad thing that they control us? If yes, then how to get over it? And if no, why? Well, it's not a bad thing. If they motivate you to do better in life, to grow, to earn more, to live better, to dress better, then no, it's not a bad thing. But the thing is, it must not control you. You must hold your ground. You must not expect a reward for everything you do. You must do things because that's what it should be. You must not destroy your life trying to prove, chase, or own. You must live because you can, and you must help because that's the right thing. Sex, pride, comfort is a part of your life, not your whole life. To like and subscribe. As a small creator, it is so much needed and appreciated. And yes, if I have made any mistake, missed any points, or you have any suggestions, please do let me know in the comments. I'm still learning and growing. Thank you for watching.